Have you ever noticed the quiet ones in a room, those individuals who, instead of vying for attention, sit back and observe? There is a certain power in their silence, a depth that intrigues. If you've ever wondered about the mystery behind their quietude, you're in the right place. Together, we are going to unveil the characteristics that make these individuals stand out. You'll discover the strength in silence, the wisdom of knowing when not to speak, and how these traits can influence your life profoundly. By the end of this journey, you might find yourself embracing the art of silence. So, stay tuned, because this knowledge might be the one thing you didn't know you were missing in your life. Today, we're going to delve into the first trait, which is all about self-mastery. Now, when we think about mastery, we often picture a skilled artist or a craftsman, someone who has perfected their craft over years of dedication and practice. But what does it mean to have self-mastery? In the context of Stoicism, and particularly with individuals who choose silence as a virtue, self-mastery refers to the control and discipline one has over their thoughts and emotions. It is the ability to rein in the horses of the mind, to prevent them from galloping unchecked and causing havoc. Imagine a powerful river. If left to its own devices, the river can flood, causing chaos and destruction. But when well managed with effective dams and channels, the same river becomes a source of life, providing water, enabling agriculture, and powering cities. Similarly, our minds, if left uncontrolled, can lead to chaos within us. Our thoughts, like the river, need to be channelized and used wisely. People who speak less are usually the ones who have achieved a degree of self-mastery. They do not let every thought that arises within them to find expression in words. Instead, they filter their thoughts, allowing only those worthy of being spoken to make their way out. They understand that just as shouting does not help one to be heard in a noisy crowd, speaking without thought does not lead to meaningful communication. This trait is not about suppressing one's voice, but about refining it. It's about understanding the impact of your words and ensuring that what you say adds value, not just noise. It's about recognizing that silence can often speak louder than words and using this knowledge to your advantage. So, how can you develop this self-mastery? It begins with self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, recognize your triggers, understand your patterns. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, or simply spending quiet time alone can help you gain better control over your mind. Remember, self-mastery is not an overnight achievement. It's a journey, a continuous process of learning and growing. But the rewards it brings in terms of inner peace, self-control, and effective communication are well worth the effort. Building on our understanding of self-mastery, let's now delve into the second trait of individuals who value silence, the ability to be deep listeners. When we think about the act of listening, it may seem straightforward, almost too simple. But true, deep listening is so much more than just hearing words. It's about being fully present, absorbing not just the words but the tone, the emotion, and the intention behind them. It's about understanding the silence between those words. Those who speak less often possess this remarkable ability. They are like the quiet depths of the ocean, calm and unruffled on the surface, but holding a world of understanding within. They provide a safe space for others to voice their thoughts, fears, dreams, and ideas. When you speak to them, you know you are truly being heard. In a world that's always in a rush, where everyone is eager to put forth their opinion, deep listeners are rare. They understand that listening is not a passive act, but an active, engaging, and vital part of any interaction. They recognize that every person has a unique perspective to offer, a different piece of the puzzle that is life, and by truly listening to others, they enrich their own understanding of the world. Being a deep listener is also about patience. It's about withholding judgment, resisting the urge to interrupt, and allowing the other person to fully express their thoughts. And in this patience, there's immense respect and empathy for the other person. Developing this trait is a conscious process, much like self-mastery. It involves active attention and mindfulness. When someone speaks, focus on their words, try to understand their perspective, and respond with empathy. Recognize that every interaction is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to understand better. Just as a beautiful melody is composed of individual notes strung together, the symphony of life is made up of unique perspectives and experiences, and to appreciate this symphony in all its glory, we must learn the art of deep listening. As we continue our journey, let's take a step further from deep listening to the wisdom that comes from minimal verbal expression. The third trait, being a wisdom bearer, is an enlightening aspect of those who talk less. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, understood the power of contemplation and introspection. He knew that wisdom isn't a vocal outpouring of knowledge, but a quiet understanding derived from careful observation, analysis, and internal reflection. Like a treasure hunter who sifts through the sand to find precious gems, those who speak less often spend time sifting through their thoughts, ideas, and the world around them to glean wisdom that is deep and profound. These individuals understand that wisdom is not about knowing all the answers, but about asking the right questions. They refrain from voicing their thoughts needlessly, choosing instead to delve into the depths of their minds and the world around them. In their silence, they carefully weigh their thoughts, scrutinize their beliefs, and constantly evolve their perspectives. Wisdom to them is not a destination, but a journey of continuous learning and unlearning. Their selective and thoughtful speech often carries the weight of experience and the light of understanding. Like a lighthouse guiding the ships in the dark, their words can guide others, helping them navigate the turbulent waters of life. They speak not to fill the silence, but to share the wisdom they have gathered through their introspective journey. Being a wisdom bearer is also about humility. It's about recognizing that there is so much more to learn and that wisdom can come from the most unexpected places. It's about understanding that each person we meet, each experience we have, is a chance to learn something new, to grow and to evolve. In the grand tapestry of life, wisdom bearers are the threads that add depth and texture, making the picture richer and more meaningful. They remind us that silence can speak volumes and that it is often in quiet contemplation that we find the greatest wisdom. As we embark further on this exploration, transitioning from the wisdom bearers, we arrive at our fourth trait, the power of observation. This trait is often overlooked, yet it is a cornerstone character of those who talk less. Have you ever watched a bird perched high in a tree, seemingly still, yet aware of every movement around it? People who talk less often mirror this level of alertness. Their silence isn't a sign of disinterest, rather it's an indication of their active engagement with their environment. They're like skilled detectives, piecing together a puzzle from the clues available to them. These observers are not merely passive spectators of life. They absorb and analyze their surroundings with a sense of curiosity and wonder. Their silence provides space for them to notice details that others may overlook in the hustle and bustle of conversation. Like artists who see not just a sunset but a symphony of colors, textures and shadows, these individuals see the intricacies of situations, the subtle nuances in conversations, and the unsaid emotions behind people's words. Their observation skills are not limited to the external world. They also turn their gaze inward, reflecting on their thoughts, reactions and feelings. This introspection allows them to understand themselves better, aiding in personal growth and self-improvement. Remember, the world is a book, and those who do not observe read only one page. By talking less and observing more, they don't just read the book. They delve into its depth, appreciate its beauty, and understand its essence. Before we continue to our next trait, If you're gaining value from this discussion, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button. Your support helps in sharing these insights with a larger audience and encourages us to produce more content like this. Now let's dive into our next trait. Moving forward from the insightful observers, we now find ourselves looking at the fifth trait of individuals who choose their words sparingly, exhibiting immense patience and tolerance. Patience and tolerance are virtues in their own right, but when they become the undercurrent of one's communication style, they transform into a powerful tool for understanding and unity. Picture a tree in the midst of a storm. While others might bend or break under the chaotic winds, the tree stands tall, firm in its roots. It doesn't challenge the storm but tolerates it, standing tall with patience until the winds subside. Similarly, people who talk less often showcase exceptional patience in their interactions. They resist the urge to interrupt, choosing instead to listen to others fully before responding. This patience allows them to fully understand the viewpoints of others, even when they differ from their own. They don't just tolerate differing opinions, they welcome them, understanding that every perspective adds a new color to the vast canvas of life. Furthermore, their patience also allows them time to formulate their thoughts carefully. Just as a sculptor takes time to transform a block of stone into a work of art, these individuals take time to ensure their words are equally refined and impactful. Their words, though few, are often thoughtful and well-placed, echoing the wisdom of the old adage, quality over quantity. Now, this doesn't mean they never get upset or irritated. They are human after all. However, their patience and tolerance give them the strength to keep their emotions in check, allowing logic and understanding to guide their responses. They comprehend that words spoken in haste are like arrows. Once released, they can't be taken back and often cause unintended harm. As we continue to delve into this fascinating topic, it's important to remember that we all possess the ability to cultivate these traits within ourselves. It's not about talking less for the sake of being silent, but about making our words count when we choose to speak. Stay tuned as we explore the final trait in our next segment. Now, after understanding the virtue of patience and tolerance, we map our course to the final trait, mental strength. Remember, this journey of exploration doesn't end here. It's a continuum pointing to our potential for growth. Imagine a lighthouse amidst a raging storm, standing tall and steady, unaffected by the chaos around it, casting its beacon of light across the tumultuous sea. Such is the mental strength of those who talk less. They are the human embodiments of these lighthouses, a beacon of serenity amidst the chaotic storm of words and voices that often characterizes our world. Mental strength is not merely about physical power or intellectual prowess. It's about emotional resilience and psychological stamina. It is about the capacity to navigate through the stormy seas of life with a calm and composed mind. It's about being able to stand alone in a crowd, preserving one's peace of mind even when the world around seems to be in disarray. Those who talk less are often mentally strong because they have trained their minds to resist the common social pressure to fill every silence with conversation. They are comfortable with silence, understanding its power and its place in effective communication. They are not swayed by the fear of awkward pauses or the rush to fill voids with mindless chatter. Their mental strength also helps them combat the urge to react impulsively. Like a skilled chess player, they take their time, considering their moves, measuring their words, and only then making their play. They understand that every word they speak, like the chess player's piece, can have significant consequences, shaping the course of their interactions and relationships. Lastly, this mental strength fuels their ability to listen, to be patient, to tolerate, and to observe. It is the binding force that unites all the previous traits we have discussed. It is the backbone of their character, the foundation upon which their communication style is built. In conclusion, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius teaches us that talking less isn't about being quiet. It's about making our words meaningful, our silence powerful, and our interactions impactful. It's about understanding that in the symphony of life, every pause, every rest, every silence has its own music, its own significance. And as we continue to explore and grow, let's remember to value the power in our words and the strength in our silence.